only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
Jesus,
welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big fucking D! Oh, this could fucking be epic. That social, put that fucking TV over here, Stick. I feel it's gonna be just, I'm gonna calm down right now. It's not very good morning, obviously. But I stay up and watch that dog shit from the Red Wings last night.
Dog.
Fucking nice road trip. Fuck. Fucking goddamn it. Good. Big D. Set it right there, Stick. It's fucking.
I've never seen D-Mac so discombobulated.
Neil, I apologize. Thank you. Running a little bit hot today, and yes, the wind set me up. There's a lot of things that have set me off right now.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful start to
How
the
are
show.
you, Neil? How was your weekend?
I'm great, thank you. My name's Neil Rule. That's Darren McCarty. KG's in the building. Spencer Raxter is here.
Hello.
So, what do you want to talk
You know,
about?
I had something funny. You know, I try to relay everyday life, but D-Mac, I walked in the door today and I said, hey, bro, like, we got to have the discussion. We do.
See you later, Newsy. Pack your fucking bags, bud.
Yes, that's the only solution.
Jesus, the fucking Sharks. You're getting bullied by the Sharks? That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay, we're going to get there. All right, we are. I can't do it to the man right now in this state. And Sticks over here, he's like, it's great content.
Right.
This is the line.
Content
and again,
merchant.
this is what I struggle with sometimes. I'm always going to be honest. I'm not just doing this for clicks or content. I'm not going to do that to my friend Darren McCarty. Well, this. I'll do it to Sam Flannel.
I don't give it. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Right?
You wasn't here.
Flannel doesn't know how to take a proper freaking ring bump or whatever like that. He actually rips his head off there.
Yeah.
What a dumbass.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a proper way to get the hands in there and sell it.
Yeah.
Hey, Neil, I showed everybody that yesterday. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, it's like Neil made Sam snap. Neil,
He did.
Neil, you got him.
No,
And the
but
best
you know
part-
what's great?
You know what the best part was? As I was showing the replay, what a true pro you were. Didn't miss a beat. Didn't go on.
Yep.
Just kept along. Like and I'm watching this, and I gotta say, it was like, I enjoyed it. You cracked him. Now I didn't pay attention. Did he come back? Is he back?
No, I have not.
He cleared protocol.
Kenny,
He is back.
can I get an update? Is he cracked still?
He passed protocol. We put him in the blue tent yesterday. He looks good to go today. So
Oh, that
was there.
awesome.
Okay.
That made my day, Neil. So
Is he okay?
yeah.
All right.
God damn it.
I mean, his takes aren't, but
No,
you know.
they're not. No, you know what's great about it? I only like the real ones know.
It's only 4 years, guys. Only
Yeah.
4 years.
Only the real ones know that, because publicly Sean's getting the blame for it, which I
Really?
like.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, because that's like the feature.
Yeah.
It went exactly the way I like it. Exactly the way I like it. Jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get your thoughts out there. Doughboy Steve, D-Mac, ready to take a game misconduct. Chuck Brewer.
I'm this fucking when it comes. There's a lot of different things. There's little things. Like if anybody knows me, it's little things.
Yeah.
Right. Like forget the Red Wing. I could give a shit.
Right.
I
Shout out
really
the
do
chairs.
not care.
Right.
Right. I don't. I told you, Kenny. I came in and I said, "Guess what, bro?
You on the
fucking
wing
cracked
smack.
me as far as like I got apathy.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
Damn.
Something's got to. So we can talk about it, and that's not what's going to upset me. What upsets me is little things. Always little fucking things.
Shout out the chairs.
They add up. Yeah, they all
And
add
right
up.
now, when we talk about it, the Wings aren't doing the little things. Thank God for the Lions. Wow, what a
Right.
fucking game the other night. Like what an atmosphere. I was happy to be in there.
Yeah.
like business as usual. Hey, I got to tell you guys this. I'm not saying it. Big D Energy rub. I was in the tunnel. As we said, if you're at the game, we gave away the Bernstein motorcycle. I was on the field. Thank you. Everybody said hello. A lot of Woodward sports fans and stuff like this. It was awesome. But I'm just putting the information out there, Neil. I'm standing down there waiting to come off. The guys are coming off, right? I'd said I'd watched Alex Anzalone, and we know it's a forearm.
Yep.
I mentioned it to you guys that the way that the trainer was holding, he walked right by me, right? It was something that wasn't right. I didn't know if it was a shoulder or forearm. Not the point. Point is, Brock Wright, first one to dab up D-Mac.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah.
Second right, Zadarius Hunter dabs up D-Mac.
Hey.
And then Kirby Joseph dabs up D-Mac.
Yeah.
Those three guys dabbed up D-Mac at halftime.
Nice.
What happened the second half? What did Brock Wright do? Spenny?
Touchdown.
He got a touchdown.
What did
Zadarius Smith got a sack.
Hunter do?
Zadarius Smith
And what did your boy Kirby Joseph do?
got that interception.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying they got the big D Energy rub down there at
They
halftime,
did.
but I'm just saying.
But you're not saying they didn't.
Facts is facts, Neil.
Yeah.
Is that not just the truth?
It works.
Just want to say we are cooking with Crisco there.
Thank
No.
you, Matt.
Thank you for letting me talk Lions and bring me back.
Yeah. Thank you,
we
Matt.
got it. We're gonna do the second hour. I'll do that as your friend. We'll let it marinate. We'll get to it in the second hour because we have to have that discussion. We have to. It's time.
Uh-oh.
It's time.
I know
it's
it's
time
real if y'all got to have a discussion.
I got some questions.
Yeah.
And they're fair.
You was at the forefront of a lot of stuff about this team. So.
And they're fair. All they had to do was beat San Jose. That's all they had to
fucking
do.
Sharks.
You
man.
had one job.
It's the fucking Sharks.
Like,
Yeah.
what if it's. Don't get me started.
We're
One
not.
point in the West
We are
Coast
not.
road trip.
We are
That
not.
was Kenny. Kenny
We
was
are not.
trying.
I'm sorry.
Big Con 51. Neil, let me lighten the mood a little bit. Think about it. Cooper Rush, Tommy DeVito, 4:30 on Thanksgiving.
Look out. Thank God for the
Set the
NBA.
table. Set the table.
Wait a sec. Like, we're talking, okay, you know what? We're going to be talking about coaches that might be need to move on.
Yeah.
Like, when's McCarthy going to get fired? That's got to happen, doesn't it?
gotta
Or
happen.
is it injuries?
They probably riding
or
it
are
out.
they just going to ride it out?
Yeah.
They riding out to the end of the year.
That-
Jerry
I
probably
think
doesn't
they
even
will.
know who his head coach is by this point.
Well, the Sun was in, whose eyes was it in last night during the night game? Had to affect somebody.
Had to affect somebody, man. Woodward Sports Chat thread. Jump into there. Michael, seriously, you guys need to get flannel help. Seriously, he has issues. It was uncomfortable.
It was pretty
D-Mac,
funny.
it was. You saw the video. You didn't see what you didn't see in the video was it was an uncomfortable moment for everyone involved. It
When he-
was, especially Sean.
thought it was
And I
hilarious.
would say about 10 seconds before we started filming, he fell to the ground on his knees, banging on the floor, too.
Yes.
Oh, Sean was visibly disturbed.
No, 100% he was visibly disturbed.
I was visibly amused.
Well, this.
No, it was hilarious.
What you got him, Neil? You got him.
was just unexpected.
You kept going.
Casually walks to
I
the
got,
table.
you know what's funny is I got a text from my buddy, and he's like, that's what it's like being friends with you.
No.
You get a
can we
buzzer
all
for
not
that.
attest to it? Like, it is that
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
I had quite a few former employees because I posted the edit I made of Look At Me Now.
Yeah.
But I had quite a few former employees text me and they're like, dude, what happened? What's the context? I was like, he's arguing with Neil about Joe Burrow. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Everybody was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The simplest argument.
No, yeah. And for those that don't know, because I had a couple people ask too, and since you asked about it, I just asked the question, like, because everyone gets caught up in the Joe Burrow second half Cowboy comeback, and no one asked the question, why do you only have 6 points at the half every week? Why are you always down 18? Like, and he's like, their defense is awful. The defense is awful. I'm just asking the question because they do the first half
But
counts.
what does the defense have to do with putting up points as an offense?
Well, but the first half counts. Like it,
No,
it
no,
does.
but
The
I'm
clock
saying,
runs and everything.
what does the defense being off
ask
have
Flannel.
anything to do with 6
Please.
points for your offense?
Please ask Flannel. I don't know, but I just
Am
because
I asking?
we're
is
at the
that not
point.
a different right?
You would think.
The question wasn't why are you down 12 or 14 at halftime. You said why are you only putting 6 points on the board?
Yeah, and he went on his malaise about he's an MVP candidate and stuff like that. And you're not an MVP candidate. What they won? What 3 games?
Yeah.
Dallas has won 3 games.
I like that word you just used, malaise.
Yeah, the Jets have won 3 games. Like, no, you're not an MVP
it's
candidate. And we're starting to get to the point, and this is fair, where there's more data of Joe Burrow like this than there is like that Super Bowl.
That's the key because, I mean, his stats 24 touchdowns. I mean, 27 touchdowns, 4 picks. I mean, the stats would prove that he's a good quarterback. Maybe he's just in a shit situation. But eventually, the finger gets pointed at you. Eventually.
He's the one that had 6 points at halftime.
No, I hear you.
Like, that counts.
He's not absolved
that,
of blame.
That was the crux of the discussion. And Flannel's granular, linear, like the typical younger, everything goes in a straight line. And if it doesn't, then who are you going to blame? And you can't go against the brand because they don't understand nuance. And that, he doesn't understand nuance.
And, like, I mean, I like Joe Burrow. I think he's having a good year. I think he's a good quarterback. But, like, he had multiple opportunities to win that game. He had multiple opportunities. They gave him the ball back a couple times down, and he didn't make the play, unfortunatally.
That's it.
Like, he's been having a good year, but he's trending more towards Matt Stafford than he is to Peyton Manning.
And that was going to be my closer before he ping-pong balled his head off the table multiple times and shut it all down. I've seen this act before. We've all seen this act before.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Yeah.
So that was the issue at hand. Ryan's reaction, Triggin with Neil. That'd be a great segment. Yeah. So yes, that was the story, D-Mac. That was the why. Greg, Neil is not the bad guy. No, I'm not. Ryan's reaction, Burrow's in a bad situation, but Goff being sent to Detroit wasn't. Where's the year-over-year improvement?
I mean, he has improved year-over-year.
Yeah.
It's not him that needs to be improved. It's the pieces around the defense and the offensive line that need improvement. That's not on him. That's on his GM.
Right.
Right, it is. But at some point, and this is my Stafford, when do you rise up in a vacuum and say, not today?
Yeah.
Especially you've been healthy a majority of the year.
I mean,
this
he
year.
did. Like, he got sacked 9 times in the NFC Championship game, and they won. Or the AFC Championship game, and
Right.
they won.
And that was an example.
Yeah, that was once. I do kind of feel bad for the guy. I know.
A little bit.
Let's go Red Wings party. It warms my heart knowing Sam's meltdown was Neil fueled.
Oh yeah, that was.
It don't
like
take
I said,
much.
you guys missed it right before Stick started recording. He dropped to his knees and was slamming the floor with both hands.
That's a fact.
Happy birthday, Elgato.
Happy birthday.
Elgato.
I get
absolutely.
the assist. I told Stick to start filming right before that
He
happened
did.
too.
That was great.
Well, Phil says that was
great
very
sense,
disturbing behavior by Flannel, but you know what? It goes along with some of those disturbing takes. It's on brand.
Neil is a very good person. Thank you. I am a good person.
For the most part.
Yes, you are.
I mean, you drive an EV, but besides that, I'm sorry I couldn't
I
help
don't care
it, bro.
about those lithium mines.
I couldn't help it, man. I'm
No,
sorry.
I told you. I just care about not going to the gas station.
Uh-huh.
At least I'm honest.
Stop
about
trying
it.
to save the world, Snowflake.
All right, Chuck Brewer. Neil, now to the pound of flesh talk with the Red Wings. Chuck, we're going to get there. We do have a couple of Lions issues.
Pound of flesh and a pound of that schnoz. Time to hit the road, Newsy.
Yeah, he got to
Here's
go.
my favorite.
That's not a
Here's
route
my
I go.
favorite.
That's not a route I go.
That's not a route I go. That's heavyweight stuff, 5 to 7. Shout out.
Hey, here's my favorite. Sam Reynolds in the chat. There's a lot of doctors in the chat.
Yeah, Flannel is fine. He said multiple times
he's
that the
good.
desk isn't as hard as it looks. I love Flannel, man.
No, Flannel is one of a kind. One of one.
Say what you want about the guy. He's passionate.
He
No,
believes in what he
100%.
says.
Dan Campbell guy.
All right. Speaking of passionate, and this, I'm going to be justified here about something, KG.
Okay.
When we come back and start talking about this.
Cool.
And Spenny, I'm going to be justified. You guys laughed and mocked at me. You mocked me when I said that these people exist.
That's
and
true.
you said, no, they don't. They are there. They walk among us. They're in our grocery stores, our coffee shops. They're in our shopping malls. They're everywhere around it. They are. You don't even know them.
Living in disguise.
But they are here. All right, we are going to get into it. Caesar Sportsbook. Are we on par, right?
Yes.
With the Caesar Sportsbook, everyone. That's right. The official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Here's how it works. Everybody scan the QR code on the screen. Make your first deposit. Make your first bet all the way up to $1,000. And if your first bet loses, Caesar Sportsbook will give you that bet back as a free bet. Yes, it's almost like a do-over. And it's a great promotion. And why not give it a shot? Once you guys give Caesar Sportsbook a shot, Here's what's going to keep you there. The app is flawless, runs seamlessly. It's easy to navigate. Here's another thing too. It's easy to see it. Some of these apps got these dark backgrounds and stuff like that. Caesar Sportsbook, man, it's clean. The live odds, the update in real time, real quick, flawlessly. Get those live bets in, all of it. When I'm doing the watch party and we're trying to trap these games, you got to have a sportsbook that can keep up. And that is Caesar's Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use promo code Woodward1000. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday here, Big D Energy. He'll be in today to talk about Alex Anzalone's forearm injury, and then you can also catch him Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers his top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that I trusted for my career. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here. Keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, we're off and running here on a rainy, gloomy Tuesday.
Terrible Tuesday.
Terrible Tuesday, as a matter of fact. The Red Wings didn't do anything to help that.
I call it terrible Tuesday.
They lost early Tuesday morning. They got the day started off on a bad note. We're going to get there, though, coming up a little bit later.
Before I didn't even see when they were down 1 in the third. I went to bed. I was like, I'm not.
I didn't make it that long, but that wasn't on them. That was on me.
Yeah.
So, but no, let's get into the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Our guy Travis, by the way. Don't forget too, Caesar Sportsbook has better lines than most. They do, as a matter of fact.
I got the Houston Texans -7.5 for +100 yesterday.
Hey, did everybody like cash? I saw a bunch of the boys' tickets, and going from being at the pregame show with what everybody was playing, there was a pretty.
Oh yeah, everybody was making it rain,
especially for what is it, week 11?
Yes.
I mean, is that not right? Usually, doesn't it get tougher as the weeks go on? That one is just like every offensive stat, obviously you're looking for that, but those are the ones you got to cash in for. I saw Braylon hit a nice one.
Speaking of which, I have a new chapter of my IRS story. If we can do this, and then we can push the Nick right back a segment.
Let's
I gotta hear this.
So I'm being a responsible, American. I'm paying my taxes quarterly, so I don't have to worry about that stuff.
Right.
But my accountant, my tax guy, the man, shout out Bobby, he's been doing it. He's old-fashioned. He gives me the packets, of the different things I can rip off, write a check, and mail them to the IRS, but I'm just going to pay them online. I accidentally paid my federal amount for my state tax quarterly, which is like 5-6 times as much, you know? So I was like, shit. It says it's going to take a couple days to process. I was like, okay, that's cool. I call him today. I was like, hey, it hasn't even processed yet. It's still pending the payment. I got the confirmation order right here. Can we just cancel that payment before it processes? And he's like, all right, give me a second. Puts me on hold. Answers it again. He's like, you're going to have to wait a month until after the payment processes to get a refund.
Jesus.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't just click no, like, don't send this through. And then I call my bank. And I'm like, hey, I made this payment, it was a mistake, honest mistake. Can we cancel it? It's still pending in my account. It hasn't gone through. Can we just cancel the pending payment? They're like, no, you got to wait until it goes through and then dispute the charge. And then, what the fuck are we doing here? I can't just cancel the payment that hasn't even accomplished yet. So I said, fuck it. They can keep that payment and they can send me my refund when tags come around because now my entire state's paid.
There you go.
That's
plus some. So send me a nice check for a couple $100 since you guys want to be so difficult. Like what the fuck?
I hate dealing with that.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And they'll take your shit in 5 seconds though, but you can't give it back to me. I gotta wait 8 to 9 business days to get my shit back.
It said it takes 48 hours for them to process a payment. I was like, okay, so just don't process it. Just cancel it. But no, you got to wait a month until after the payment's made to get your. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's tough. That's tough, Spenny. Woodward Sports chat thread. Flannel Sam. Neil has the power to make people hate Joe Burrow. It's a powerful gift. Even Spenny and KG are being Neil bots.
Are we?
I don't know
Who
if I'm being
hates
a Neil.
Joe
I
Burrow?
acknowledge the fact that he's probably in a bad situation and he's playing well, but at the same time, it's been years of this shit now. To Neil's point, I think both things can be true here. I don't see what the problem is.
I just wonder when you can ask the question. That's
It's
it.
a fair question at this
Nobody's
point.
saying he's not a. Is anybody saying he's not a good quarterback? Or,
No.
Top quarterback. He's
a great quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it's situation. I mean, you watch him the other night.
But they are a 3-win team.
Tough division.
What's that?
They're a 3-win team. That's what they are.
That's
Tough
what they
division.
are.
Probably the best division in
He's
football.
not good enough.
It's up there.
They're worse than he is good.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Shane Daniel. 9 months ago, my daughter was brought home from the NICU. This Sunday, she's going to her first Lions game. Section 138, row 15 for $220 on StubHub. LFG.
Hey,
Shout
congrats.
out. That's good to hear, man. Good to hear that, Shane. Absolutely. Shout out. 100%. But yeah, I hate that stuff. Like just dealing with stuff, dude. I can't stand
it's
it.
an easy fix.
You would think.
common sense. It would take 2. No, we can't. What do you mean you can't
Two
do
clicks
it?
of
You
a
haven't even
computer
gotten
mouse.
it's not even processed yet. Just cancel it. Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yep. It's called
So I was
jumping
like, all
through
right,
hoops.
fine. I'm doing all right now. I can sit on that couple $100 until you guys send me a check when I file my taxes. Like what?
Yeah.
Hey,
So stupid.
Let me tell you from experience, Matty. It's not money you don't have. It's your money that you gotta chase.
Yeah.
That is the way.
It's so
Listen,
stupid.
I'd be a triathlete if I lead the league in chasing my own money. That
Right.
money that you've made and trying to track it down, or money that you've paid, and it's like, how can there not be a button?
Yeah. I'm gonna start going Revolutionary Army.
There's
Like,
a button, they just won't use it.
no taxation without representation to a literal effect. If you want to tax me, come up to me and come get my money. I'm not sending you my money, you sons of bitches.
That's right, Spinny. Stand.
If you want to
Stand
tax
against
me,
the government.
come pull up. Tell me to my face how much of my money you
All
want.
right, everybody just needs to calm down in this
No,
room.
we're
All right,
going.
everybody needs to
Everybody
calm
arm
down.
yourselves. We're storming the
It's the
Capitol.
Red Wings with D-Mac. It's the IRS with Spenny. I'm out there pushing the button.
Yeah.
Here, all right, since we're on it.
Yeah.
That little walk button that you push, it doesn't do anything.
yeah,
There's no
fuck
way
that
that does
shit.
anything.
And
It
this
doesn't
one
change.
yells at you.
It doesn't change the traffic light. It doesn't
don't.
make it go any quicker. All it does is say, wait. That's all it does. It's not changing anything. I'm not. I don't fall for it. I don't even push the thing anymore.
Yeah,
I don't
stupid.
even push the thing anymore. It doesn't do any. Can we chat pull that?
Yeah.
Does pushing the walk button actually do anything?
No.
If this isn't 100-0, then you know what? Let's just pack it in for the day and come back tomorrow.
Look at what we bad at. look at what we bad at
I'm
as a show.
I'm tired of. It's the biggest scam in the world.
That's a fact.
The walk button.
And that
Wait.
one yells at you. If
Wait.
you did it a couple times, wait to cross Woodward.
Wait.
Relax, bro.
Wait for what? You're not going to do anything. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Airing of grievances. Is it, you know?
Is it that
Yeah.
time of the season?
It's
Is
Woodward
it
therapy.
Festivus yet?
Woodward therapy, man. It's a safe
Absolutely.
space.
Okay. Spenny, let's do.
Let's go to break early.
Let's take the break.
Yeah.
We're gonna recalibrate.
Because
right,
you're
cool.
gonna get even more fired up after this segment.
Yeah.
Nick Wright.
Oh God. Yeah. I'm mad.
Nick Wright.
now I'm mad.
When
I
we
hate
come
Nick
back,
Wright.
Sabbath Coffee. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, unlike the IRS, they have 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you want delicious, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door, just go to SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com and subscribe. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first order at Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, wake up, enjoy a cup, and start game day right. It's Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party. Every Lions home game live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Enjoy the pregame hype with a live broadcast every week with Woodward sports personalities like Neil Rule, Sean Belegian, and the Heavyweights. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee and Les Stanford Automotive. Great drinks like Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Long Drink, great environment, and even better food. It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Les Stanford Automotive. Come get some.
Hey, shop.woodwardsports.com, everybody. Boo them kids. Boo those traffic lights. Boo everything today on a rainy Tuesday. Why not? Shop.woodwardsports.com. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
Well, how am I supposed to know about it? He's yelling at me. There's a new graphic. Nobody told me. He tagged Stick. He didn't tag us.
All right, the break didn't help.
We got new designs.
The break didn't help.
It's an angry, gloomy Tuesday.
There's tension in the air here today. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you, jump into that chat. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Like just about 72.
I didn't get your text. Lies and slander.
72,000 subs, right, everybody? So jump up into there and get your thoughts out there. Woodward Sports chat poll. Does pushing the walk button actually do anything? And 39% of you are idiots. I don't do this. I don't do personal attacks. I don't go that route. 39% of you are flat out idiots if you think that that does anything. You push that button, you ain't getting across the street any quicker.
No, that's a fact.
There's no way. It doesn't do anything. Woodward Sports chat thread, Chuck Brewer. We need to get Spenny a maize and blue straitjacket. That is true. The calmer Neil gets, the more angry Sam Flannel gets. Absolutely.
Well, Neil's about to get real uncalm here pretty soon.
It is. All right, let's get into this. We have the audio, right?
We have the audio, yes.
All right. Nick Wright talking about Jared Goff. Let's get that out there, and I have a reaction for you.
I don't think you can be the best team in the league when you have a civilian at quarterback. Come on. I can't say this team with Jared Goff at quarterback is better than the Chiefs or the Bills. I can't. I won't. In the modern NFL, I think it's very, very difficult to win 3 straight playoff games with a guy, even if he's a good guy, at quarterback. And that's what I feel they have. You can be mad. That's my opinion on the Lions.
I'm not going to be mad. You're dead wrong. Like, what?
So that was Nick Wright yesterday on Fox talking about it. And guys, I told you this. They're out there. Mm-hmm. They live among us.
Yeah.
When deep down in their soul, people don't believe their eyes. They don't believe what they see. They don't believe a historic season from Jared Goff that sees him throw perfect games. It's not enough for some people. It's never, guys. We just need to wrap our head around the fact it's never going to be enough for some people. It's not, no matter what he does. So here's the deal, D-Mac. It is bottom line this. Here's what you do, Jared Goff. You just go win the effing Super Bowl. That's it. That's all you can do. For some of these people that are like this, you can't help them.
That still won't be enough.
You can't help them. But the people are out there, D-Mac. They're out there among us. They are.
They're a joke. Like, in my opinion, to whatever, and because here's the thing. they're going to stick to their guns no matter what. Jared Goff and the Lions win the Super Bowl, right? They're the first ones, and I mark it right now. Mark me right now. They'll be saying how they won, and Jared Goff had nothing to do with it, right? So what do you say, civilian?
Yeah.
Well, whatever it is.
A civilian.
You know what it is? That cilian's part of an army. Right, and I don't care. And here's the thing: when he compares to Buffalo or Kansas City, right? If you're comparing quarterbacks, yes, there's more flash, more size, more things in the.
There's no
trophy
perfect
cabinet.
games though.
What? No. I'm saying for the other two quarterbacks, but they're not a quarterback of this team. You're not the leader of this team. Tell me you don't watch and see what the culture is and everything like. Jared Goff is at the helm, and he's insulated to be the best. What are we talking about here?
So dumb.
Wow, it should be. They put him in a position to be the best that he can be with everything around. He's perfect. But these guys are the ones that will never be satisfied.
Yeah.
They'll always have something. They'll always be, yeah, but.
Jared Goff can go.
Deal, Neil. We deal in the eyeball test. Right? They don't. They deal. Some people deal win stats.
Yeah.
Some people deal in they got butt hurt by something else that this is Jared Goff from 2017.
Right.
Are you the same person
at
since
this point?
2017? Are you the same
No.
professional as
No.
you were in 2017? You know why? I know it's not. Because I didn't see you doing NBA games back then.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't see you traveling the country back then. Hence, Jared Goff has evolved.
Yeah.
And this actually, see, you look at it like if this information, which as athletes, oh yeah, it gets back to you, that just galvanizes us even more. Thank you, Nick Wright. Thank you, all you naysayers. We don't give a shit. At the end of the day, there's no credibility to me there.
Yeah.
What do I always say? Look at where you're getting your information
Fucking
from.
Nick Wright.
He also picked the
and
Bears.
that's his opinion.
Yeah, he
It's
picked the
just-
Bears
it's
to get
just-
to the Super Bowl.
It's one of
too.
these things that when I look at it, Neil, I don't think he truly believes that. I think it's just a way to get clicks, and it's a way to be.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? Just jump on the bandwagon from what we've seen and go by the stats of the perfect games and the 412 yards and the bounce back and stuff like this?
Well, clearly Nick Wright knows what he's talking about when it comes to the quarterback position. Because, Spenny, as you said, this is a man that picked the Bears to go to the Super Bowl.
Has the
That
Bears
quarterback
winning
hasn't
the
thrown a
NFC.
touchdown pass in a month.
Yep.
Out of his
In a
fucking
month.
So
mind.
look who's saying it. That's what I'm saying is that look
Yeah.
like almost like I'm grateful that this guy who can't pick his nose
Right.
to save his life, right, is down on my because it's the opposite. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Kenny?
no, people at this point, if you dislike Jared Goff, it's because of preconceived bias. We all know that. You saw him one way with the Rams, and you think that's Jared Goff. And like you said, they haven't accounted for their ability to grow as a player and as a person. And Jared Goff has done both while being Lions quarterback. So we can't take this guy serious. I mean, who's more real, Jared Goff or his hair?
Now, I'm not doing that
I'm
angle.
doing
I don't
that.
get in the personal
Who
appearance game.
Who is more
okay?
real, Jared Goff or his hair plugs? Like, what are we talking about, Nick? Right? Get out of it. Shout out to Shady McCoy for actually, providing some kind of resistance because that's crazy. A civilian. You're calling this guy a civilian now.
Look, all I know is this: the man's completing 73% of his passes.
That's a civilian, though.
He's pitching perfect games. There's nothing else he can do. There's nothing else he can do for the Nick Wrights of the world. Even some people deep down in this town, KG, you know it.
Oh, yeah,
you
big
know
fact.
deep down. I keep telling you guys this. There's a layer, and they're never going to be satisfied. So the only thing Jared Goff can do and this team can do is just go win the effing Super Bowl. That's it, and they'll still be out there.
Yeah, I was about to say, that probably still
they
won't be
will
enough.
never stop.
Yeah.
They'll never stop.
Yeah, but he only has one. Oh, he's Jared Goff.
Exactly,
You
but that's the
all
way
got
it
that
works.
relative. It's coming up to Thanksgiving and Christmas
Yep.
season. You're all going to sit around and have that conversation with your cousin, your uncle, or whatever. Yeah, but. No matter what it is, like these people are irrelevant to at least what I'm seeing and,
Right.
and what I'm cheering.
Yeah, like you said, Neil's the checklist.
It is. It's everyone's got their checklist that they used, and he's going down it, and that's fine. But the bottom line is this: remember, as Spenny pointed out, that man picked the Bears to win the Super Bowl, and that quarterback hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in a month.
Yeah.
So Nick Wright, move along. Hey, you got a nice contract. That's cool. Good for you. I'm never
Right.
going to hate on that.
Yep.
I'm never going to hate on that. But the bottom line is this. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't. Obviously you don't. Have you even watched the Lions play? Have you watched Jared Goff play?
He couldn't have. And even if he did.
You couldn't have.
To come to that conclusion?
It's wild to me. It's absolutely wild. Here's the other deal about it, too. When he says, this team quarterbacked by this guy, I can't tell you that the Lions are a better team than the Bills or the Chiefs. And here's the other part of it. I'll run this by Spenny here. Spenny.
Yes.
Who's got a better defensive secondary?
The Bills or the Chiefs or the Lions?
Yeah.
The Lions.
Who's got a better defensive line, top to bottom, all the way across?
Probably the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's got a better offensive line?
The Lions.
Who's got a better running back stable?
The Lions.
You see where I'm getting here?
Yes.
Like Nick Wright. It's not just a quarterback contest to win the
wrong.
game.
It's not Nick Wright. It's Nick
No,
wrong.
but all that makes Jared Goff, though. You know that's the narrative. Oh, he has a great team around him. He's a product of the system.
It doesn't matter. And look, I'm not here to do the Detroit versus everybody thing. I'm not here to do that.
No,
this
fuck
team's
that,
too
Neil. We
good,
own it.
and I wouldn't demean this organization to say it that way. But in this city, we have dealt with this before. When the Pistons were on the come up, right? And it was Jordan and Magic and Larry Bird and stuff like that. Who's this team that's in the way? The Lions are in the way right now. They are. Because we have what you viewed to be a flawed quarterback. You have that view. People like Nick Wright have that view. But the bottom line is this. He's been at an elite level for multiple years. He's been as good as anybody in this league.
Facts.
Go back and look at the numbers. Even last year, second in yardage, fourth in touch. You guys can continue to deny reality with Jared Goff all you want. Continue to deny reality. I live in the real world. I go by what I see. And I've seen a guy that's been elite at the quarterback spot in this league. And you know what? I'm past the line. I don't give a shit if the Nick Wrights of the world don't want to accept it. I don't care if your uncle doesn't want to accept it. The bottom line is he's an elite quarterback in this league. What more do you need to see?
Talk your shit, Neil.
They're 9-1. They're the Super Bowl favorites. There's nothing left to do right now for Jared Goff and this team. This final chapter will be written in February. And then that's it. And it will be one of the historic seasons in the history of the NFL. Guess what else, everybody? Your favorite offense ever in the history of the league? This offense is that offense. The Rams' greatest show on turf. This offense is that offense. And then some. I know you don't like it, and I know you're not conditioned to think it. But, D-Mac, I can only go by facts. And those are what the facts are.
No, exactly. I mean, we see where we're at. I like our spot. And other people, they're always gonna be these people, right? JD17 says, Nick Wright or Nick Wrong is the Sam Flannel at the national level. I mean, maybe
Even
not.
Flannel wouldn't.
But it's okay to disagree. But to me, he's just going for clicks.
Yeah.
Because the stats are there and the consistency, and if.
Find me a civilian.
I don't know.
No,
and it's a team. And with all due respect, you forgot the special teams because our special teams are better than
that is true.
Hey, find me a civilian on the street that can go throw 18 for 18 in a fucking NFL game.
Skydog 722.
Dude, this civilian's John Wick, for Christ's sake.
Right.
That
can have an 83 fucking percent completion percentage.
He wasn't a civilian. John Wick. He's more John Wick. Gets it done, and it's a team. Look at the team around him. They operate together.
Jared Goff is hurt by the fact that Brad Holmes is so elite.
No, he's not. Not to me.
The perception of Jared Goff is hurt because what's around him is so elite.
Hey, but guess what? Newsflash, that's a good franchise. Your
that's my
franchise
point.
should want to make the fucking
That's
offense
my
complete.
point. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that argument.
Yeah,
he still has to throw the passes. I hate that fucking argument.
If Jared Goff is a civilian, he's the equalizer, and like Denzel equalizer, not Queen Latifah. That man. That's just such a.
It's a difference.
God, man, what a terrible argument by Nick Wright. You're a hack, dude.
Bro, for real. That was concocted in a production meeting.
Oh, of course.
And guys, again, I'll always back it up to you. I'm never gonna do that shit. Never. And maybe it hurts me in the business. I'm not gonna be like people on the flagship here. I'm never gonna do that. Never. Like, I'm never going to sit in a meeting and say, here's what you need to say to get the... That's bullshit, dude. Skydog722. Coffee, Neil, coffee. No, Skydog, because I can't take that stupidity, dude. I can't take it. You want to trigger me? You want me? I'm not going to slam my head in the desk. But you want to trigger me?
I thought that was next.
Be stupid. For real. Be stupid. That triggers me.
Oh my gosh! Mile High GTV. That's what this goes down to. Greatest show on turf was 32.9 points per game. We are at 33.6.
They're one of the most historic offenses ever.
better.
By a civilian.
I think they're better.
That's a civilian can run that.
Hey,
offense.
Kurt Warner was just a civilian.
I mean, he kind of was. He's bagging groceries.
Right. And then he was completing 70% of passes.
Right. Now he's a Hall of Fame.
And now he's a Hall of Famer and one of the GOATs and one of the best Super Bowl performers ever.
Oh, yeah. Another news flash. Your boy might be MVP. If they fuck around and if the Bills lose here, your boy might be MVP. I'm just saying.
I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
I don't.
He doesn't either.
I'm sure he don't. Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's a fact.
I'm tired of that. And guys, again, it's not just the Nick Wrights of the world. There are people that will be in your house for Thanksgiving that deep down, dark places inside feel that way too. KG, now do you vibe with me on this, man? Like, there are people out there that feel that way.
But what do you say to these people at this point? You either watching the games or you not. And if you are, cool. Keep that shit. A civilian. Keep that.
And DNCENT says, I mean, Spenny, you were saying the same thing. You had the same take 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what have we seen in that 1.5 year stretch? Jared Goff playing like a top 10, top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Elite.
So if you're going to deny the things that are in front of you, you're a lunatic.
Yeah.
I saw it happen, and I said, okay, I was wrong.
People can evolve.
Those were your exact words.
Yeah. Like,
people can evolve.
Look,
if you allow yourself to.
I just don't know why we got to continue to go back to this, guys. I don't know why we do, but we do.
I'm not listening to a guy with Rogaine and this shit. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. We addressed it.
Dude's got a schnoz on him, too.
Right.
Okay.
Speaking of
man
schnoz,
hitting
Red
the
Wings
hymns
later.
hard. My man hitting the hymns hard.
Lady Jane's, please.
Lady
Somebody
Jane.
do something, please.
Absolutely. Walk in any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy a $20 haircut special, scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code up there in the corner and get your haircut today. Lady Jane's haircuts are open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party. Every Lions home game live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Enjoy the pregame hype with a live broadcast every week with Woodward sports personalities like Neil Rule, Sean Belegian, and the Heavyweights. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee and Les Stanford Automotive. Great drinks like Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Long Drink, great environment, and even better food. It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Les Stanford Automotive. Come get some.
Neil Rule here for Second Best, 42 Watson Street in downtown, just a couple blocks away from LCA. It's the home of our Woodward Sports pregame show on Lions home games. Tons of Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, an elite chicken sandwich, even more eliter wings, I guess you could say, if that's a word. I just made that up. But they are. They're incredible. Sean Belegian, who is a smoker / grilled wings enthusiast.
That's a fact.
It shook him when he had them. And we get them there when we're there every week, and you should too. Hey, Pre-game, anything. LCA's 2 blocks away. A concert, all the sports teams, all of it. I'm telling you guys, Second Best needs to be in your repertoire, man. It's going to be my go-to spot, no doubt about it. When I hit DMAC up like at 5:15 for tickets to a 7 o'clock game, and I'm already on the highway on the way down there, I'm going to Second Best, and I'm going to wait for him to respond and say, all right, Neil, I got the tickets. Don't do this to me anymore. And then I'll do it to him, 2 months later. But that's the way that it works. Second Best, come get some. DMAC, I need tickets, man. I'm already on my way down there.
No worries.
Oh, the building's full. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
All right, here's your tickets. All right, we're back at it. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. Happy to have you with us. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. MPWMU, Nick Wright can smoke a cigarette in the rain.
He looked like the type.
Who was it in here? One of you guys said he should enter the contest.
Devil spin.
Right?
Who?
Nick Wright.
Nick Wright? Oh, no, I don't know.
Chat said,
actually, that was you that said that.
And the Lions tickets from West Stanford.
Yeah, there you go. I think the people are kind of clamoring for it, and we got some other Lion stuff to get to. But we need to break in. For those of you that missed it last night, the Red Wings lost to San Jose in overtime. And I knew this. I knew this would happen. And look, they were minus 160.
Let me slam this hot coffee that is scalding hot right now. Just so here, go ahead, Neil. That's what I'm doing. This is hot coffee.
Okay. They were minus 160, so it wasn't like an earth-shattering upset. However, when there are already questions and you're 0 on the California trip, you can't lose to the Ducks and the Sharks, D-Mac. The bottom line is you just can't, but that's not what we're here to talk about, D-Mac. The people want the pound of flesh. The Derek Lalonde stuff is going crazy right now in the chat. D-Mac, I don't know what to tell you. Here's the deal. Here's my question.
So let's break it down.
Okay, you break it down, then I'll hit you with my questions.
Let's just break it down first, right?
Okay.
Until you tell me who your grand idea is in replacing Steve Yzerman or who's the better guy for the job, then whatever, then we're not talking, you're either on the Wiser plan or not, right? But there's layers to this, so it's not about Stevie's on the hot, then you don't get it. He's never going to be on the hot seat, so why even going to go there? But on the hot seat, and I saw somebody in the chat, and I apologize, they said, I was telling you that the law needed to be canned last year. Last year was not the time.
No.
There was progress. There was stuff. There was excitement to the end of the year. They were supposed to have taken what they did to the end of the year and with some of the young guys and the excitement. There's no excitement. And where does that fall, Neil? Usually if we're talking about anything, and I preface this with, my problem is I like everybody. And I like good people. But at the end of the day, this is about coaching your team. And what I am apathetic to watch this team because there's no spark. There's no excitement.
Yeah.
There's no flash. It's just, I can get more out of watching a video game. It's serious. It's the same thing, and you want to get behind them, and it's frustration and stuff like this. So obviously, first of all, we can go through the lineup and talk about players who aren't there. And yes, you could use Steve Yzerman, but that's not the conversation now because you're pretty much stuck unless you're going to bring guys up with what you have here. So now it's how to motivate them because it's the spark. There's no flash. Am I missing it? Right? You turn it on and there's nothing. You have flashes of it. Right? Flashes of it. If I look at I look at Cam Talbot and the way that he's played. I look at Marco Kasper. I look at Simon Edmondson. Dylan Larkin's trying his ass off. What's he got, 11 goals now?
Yes.
Right?
He's got 11. DeBrincat has 8.
Well, and then everything else is Melvin's host, but I'm not even as frustrating it is with keeping losing to this. There's no fire. There's no spark. Where's that energy I saw at the end of the year? Am I missing it or is it there that because I don't see it. And that's the frustrating part. And then where do you have to ask the question? you go to the coach to that question. So right now, is it realistic to say is the coach the problem? Yes. It's realistic to say that because the garbage on the ice is hot garbage right now.
So, you know how I like to operate. I like to kind of work backwards here. The power play is an elite power play unit in the NHL, which is kind of hard to believe, but it is. I believe we're, third in the NHL on the power play. DeBrincat's got 17 points in 18 games. Dylan Larkin's got 15 points in 18 games. Lucas Raymond has 17 points in 18 games, but only 2 goals. Now, he's part of that power play line, so that power play line is eating. I have no issue with that right there. What I do have an issue with, D-Mac, they don't score 5-on-5. They get outshot constantly. Defensively, D-Mac, it's just time to say it, man. They're bad. Like, they're bad. There's no other way to put it, D-Mac. Defensively, they're bad. And I don't know. And look, like the free agent, like Tarasenko's got 7 points in 17 games. It's got to be better. I was told it was going to be better. And these are the questions you have to ask because these are the guys you brought in. And just on the blue line. And Spenny, I know you're going to mark me on this.
Well,
I've been saving that for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to you for a second.
Did I get my
you,
point
yes.
across about the Weiser plan? Right? It's not that you can't question it, and you shouldn't. But why are you going to question something that's never going to change? Right?
Yeah.
He's not going. Question him all you want. Give him shit. Call him out on it. But that position is not moving.
It's solidified, yeah.
Right? You know what? Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yes.
don't focus on that. Focus on if he will make a decision to change the team. Am I wrong with that, or is there somebody else
fair.
that
They would have to have 3 or 4 losing seasons before Stevie Y's job is in question. I mean, I think that's
No, and look,
pretty
like Stevie
self-explanatory.
Y's thing for the linear crowd out there, the kind that like to bounce their head off tables. There's been linear progression every single year.
Well, that's not. Oh my gosh!
They've improved every single year. Every single year, there's been improvement. There will not be improvement this year. It doesn't look like. And the free agent class that came in this year is not performing. They are not. Spenny, I go to you. You're our blue line insider here on this show. On the blue line, for Mo, and this is going to come off as questioning Mo Sider.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say I want more?
No, I don't think it is fair.
Okay.
Mo Sider is an elite defenseman. Simon Edvinsson is trying to be an elite defenseman. Outside of that, you have literally nothing.
Is it time to break that pairing up?
No, you have to have because the rest of your guys are so bad that you need that pairing to shut down the other team's top line.
And that's what I figured you'd say.
Yeah.
Then it can't be. This season can't be saved.
No, it can't. You have
It's
two
over.
defensemen. The rest of your defense sucks. Like bad. Petrie, terrible. Sherratt, regressed. You look at Gustafsson, sucks.
He's unplayable.
Yeah. Hall, terrible. These guys aren't good. They're not NHL players. And you literally have two defensemen, and they need to be on a pair so you at least have competent defense at some point.
Okay. So
that's
it, D-Mac.
Theo nailed it, and this is what it is. The Red Wings are the most boring team to watch in the NHL.
I mean,
they are.
The power plays elite.
Great. They have moments, so you can watch it for 6 minutes a game. Hear what you're saying?
I know.
The power play. Your goalie makes 8 great saves a game. They're boring, and something's got to change. You would expect. I would have hoped there's an influence of the youth.
Right. So while we're not calling for Stevie Y's job, is it safe to say that this pretty much falls on him?
I put the state of the defense this year. I put that on Steve Yzerman.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
You let Gostisbehere walk. You traded Wallman. And you were all in on Jake Trouba. That's what that's what he made those moves to try to do. Unfortunately, the Trouba situation with his wife, he couldn't come here. You didn't have a backup plan. You didn't add anybody else to make this defense better. That I put on Steve Yzerman.
No, and the Gostisbehere thing, Like, he's down at Carolina not missing a beat, man.
That's
like,
what he does. He's not great defensively either, but he at least gives you something offensively. To these guys are bad defensively, and they're worst offensively. It's terrible.
That's tough, yeah.
Especially, like... what am I going to say to that?
Wallman and Ghost aren't good defenders, but they at least give you something offensively.
And isn't their PK the worst in the league?
Yes.
Or one of the worst in the league?
Which lends to defensively, it can't be saved.
No.
And if it can't be saved defensively, it's a wrap. And that's what's sad. It's sad. No, I am not. Yzerman A isn't going anywhere. You're right about that.
So why are we even having this conversation?
But B, everybody likes Lucas Raymond.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Dylan
loves Raymond.
What's that?
Everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah. Everybody loves Mo Sider. Everybody loves Edvinson. Kosa's still down. Like, I don't have a problem.
Right. He's done more good than bad, but this falls on his plate because these are the people he brought in.
But this free agent class...
Yeah, it's not good.
Tarasenko's got 7 points, man.
And that's been a big sticking point with the Stevie Y era is what he does in free agency.
We did not improve. We got worse in free agency this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's fair.
That's been a sticking point with him.
That's fair to say.
Because they, like I said, he put all his chips in the Trouba pot. And unfortunately, with his wife's situation and her residency, Trouba wasn't ready to leave New York.
That can't be your only move, though.
Exactly.
So, again, in the
Need
chat.
a backup plan.
Jump into there. Steve Wild. It's a wrap, guys. No, you know what? And I think you're right. Like, I don't see a way. I don't see a way forward.
Saying that this a wrap this early is crazy. But
it's sad, man. But
this isn't a playoff team. This is not a playoff team.
We're almost 20 games in. Like, we're at the quarter pole.
Yeah. This is not a playoff hockey team.
Sheesh.
No, like, and that's it. And I know, like, people will say, well, you're 3 points back of a playoff spot and stuff like that. What is there to suggest that there will be this grand turnaround?
If you put a gun to my head and said pick one to make the playoffs, I'm taking the Pistons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
I'm taking the Pistons over the Red Wings.
No doubt,
in
man.
A heartbeat.
But D-Mac, I mean, and there's nothing that can be done.
Sorry, real quick. Jake in the Woodward Sports Chat says Lalonde deserves criticism. Woodward, Lalonde deserves to be fired out of a cannon and gotten rid of. I'm done with it. I've been saying it for a couple weeks now. I'm done. Like D-Mac said, they're lazy. There's no spark. He is not motivating these guys. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a good man. I've heard great things about him. Sorry, bud. Yeah. Like we need you to coach
between the
to
boards,
win
man.
games.
Yeah.
This is a business.
We have not absolved him of any blame. Like, I think. And, Neil, I was talking to you about this yesterday, and I was asking you, is it in Stevie Y's track record to dump a coach in the middle of a season? And you said if he had somebody to hire, then maybe. But besides that, no. How much longer do you let this continue?
That depends on what the alternative plan is. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
It's only as good as the guy you're going to bring in. And I'm not... Like, D-Mac, I'm not going to say, oh, who's the coach? Tell me your ideas for coach. I'm not saying that. But, D-Mac, here's what we do know. They are dead last in the Eastern Conference right now. Here's what also we know. The New Jersey Devils are back. Here's what we also know. The Washington Capitals are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference right now.
Yeah.
It's over, D-Mac.
They're playing, they're playing like they want him to get fired.
And they are. They really are.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that's like, but to me, that's what it smells like. There's no more, like, all the grit that, is down in fucking Ford Field and Allen Park. There's not, that's the issue.
If you lose the locker room, then
he's lost
over.
The locker room.
Yeah.
He does not have the locker room.
He might have lost it last year, to be honest.
But. It's ugly. It's bad. It's hard to watch, man.
Yeah.
And shout out. Hopefully Ovi's okay. I haven't heard anything about it, but he went down. He went down yesterday, and it didn't look good. I haven't heard any details, but and then Tom Wilson goes out there and beat the brakes off the dude that hit Ovi. I was like, good. Nobody should touch Ovechkin until he gets that record.
I love him.
Yeah.
Let's go
throwback.
Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Oilers did it last year and turned their season around.
But they got McDavid and Drysdale.
Yeah, I hope so. You have two of the best 5 players in the world.
That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Timothy, Yzerman can't build a team. He needs to go. Timothy, were you on board with the Raymond? Are you on board with the Cider? Are you on board with the Cosa? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just throw that shit out there. Yeah. And that's where I'm going to get off the highway. The Lalone thing, no one can fight that.
It's fair game.
No, they are dead last in the Eastern Conference.
Inarguable.
Yeah. It's inarguable. I know when to stand down. I still contend Yzerman can build a team because the good players you do have are Steve Yzerman's draft picks.
Yeah. You know what? I had the closest thing at the game last night. I had a scout there last night. His name is Griffin McCarty. Anybody who knows my son, who's coaches UCLA's men's hockey team, was at San Jose game. He's listening to the show now, watching the game live last night. Really was glaring that they only have 7 players that are actually drivers. Right, drive that drive the energy. Everyone else are passengers, and that's the biggest issue in his opinion. If Talk Dogs aren't doing everything, they're not on the ice, then
falls apart.
Else is just hang on.
Comfer, those guys out there, they're sucking the energy out of the other player. You need a guy like Marco Casper to go out there to get any energy, man. We talked about it before. I love seeing that Casper, Veleno, Rasmussen, whoever that line combination is, because they actually play with energy. They push pucks. They get into the zone. They battle behind the net. I don't see these middle lines doing that.
Yeah, and the Comfort thing's tough because he's on the books for 3 years after this year at $14-ish million. So, you know, it's tough. Check that. $15.3 million against your cap 3 years after this year. So, and he hasn't worked. And, like, look, again, I'll call spades, man. The Comfort thing isn't what was as advertised. He had a good run for a little bit last season.
Yeah.
But this year, man, and guys, like I said, it's over. It's over.
But somebody got to be responsible.
And if you don't believe that, give me the path other than, hey, the Oilers did it last year. I need a little more nuance than that, everybody. We had to do it. Yeah. The people were demanding it. We had to get in the way of the Lions talk. Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live in the Planet Fitness studios. I've been a member for Planet Fitness over 3 years. I'll never be a member at a different gym. Never. Why would I be? The black card option is $24.99 a month. And you want me to go somewhere else, pay $70, $80, $90 a month to lift the weights that weigh the same? Why? Clean facilities over there. Locker room's incredible. Hydro massage action. All of it is over there at Planet Fitness. If you're a cardio person, tons of treadmills, tons of ellipticals. You like weights? Tons of weights. You're not waiting on machines. You press for time, 30-minute circuit. They have it all. And as I talked about, sparkling clean, locker rooms, facilities, shower facilities, all of it. Get your workout in, go get a shower, get dressed, get on with your day. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Go to planetfitness.com. There's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. It's Planet Fitness. Once again, don't pay more money to lift the same weights. What are we doing here?
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
$1,800 Tequila, a proud partner of the Detroit Lions and the official partner of the Woodward Sports Lions Watch Party and post-game show. $1,800 Tequila, you see right there, they got the Lions-themed bottle. Go out there and get that. They're in stores now. The smoothest tasting tequila is $1,800 Tequila. Please drink responsibly.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, hour number 2. Neil Rule, 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty. Of course, we have KG Spencer Raxter. That's an average of 1 Stanley Cup per person in this room, by the way. So good work, everybody.
Yeah, we all pulled our weight.
100%.
Team players.
Yeah, that's right, man. Happy to have you with us. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. There's probably not a lot of you that haven't already, pushing 72,000 subscribers. But if you haven't, do it and jump in there and get your thoughts out there as well. Tammy Chin, it's not over. We need to start somewhere. Time for a coaching change. Well, Tammy, this season's a wrap because that coaching chain needs to bring about 3 defensemen with them. And I don't think that's the way it's going to work. It's not AAU.
Yeah.
So that's what's depressing. D-Mac, that's what's depressing. They were on the precipice of turning the corner, and they're not going to complete the turn. And just, you cannot be like this defensively in the NHL and contend. You can't, period. It's a deal breaker.
Not in today's day and age. And, unless they get an epic goaltending performance, it seems that they're not going to find a way to win. And like you said, imagine if the power play wasn't third in the league.
Oh, it'd be bloody, wouldn't it?
Oh, man.
What do you say with 3-4 wins? I mean, it's. We sat here last week. You were out and Terry was in, and it was one of those things that this West Coast trip, we said, we'll tell a lot. And I think it's telling that there's a change that needs to be made.
Yes. No, and we are there. Skydog, not surprised. Yzerman's getting a free pass. Give me the reasons. Like, the free agency class, this class is underwhelming, to say the least.
It's bad.
Bad.
And to what did you just say? With the way the money is, the coffers and the cots where he's got to take responsibility for. Yes, the draft choices are coming. The youth is coming. But the guys that he's plugged in, right, haven't been as effective as the guys that he let go in the Perrons and the Gostisbeheres.
That's it. No, and that's where they sit right now. So, no, is that a free pass? No, but it's also not. What he's done to this point is not fireable.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not fireable. You can't make it make sense. Give me the hockey reasons why it's fireable. Improvement every single year. Mm-hmm. You like whenever we do the show, Raymond signed his contract. You guys, Lucas Raymond. Like, you like the talent that's here.
Yeah.
Tell me Mo Seider stinks. Tell me that. Tell me Lucas Raymond stinks. Tell me DeBrincat stinks. He signed Larkin to the extension, right? Tell me Larkin stinks. Like, the problem is, in free agency, it's been a step backwards. Mm-hmm. Period, end of story. And now he's up against it a little bit, cap-wise.
Yeah.
A little bit they are.
This is his first sign of regression.
First sign of regression. So it needs to be fixed. And if they're not playing for and coach is usually the domino that's going to fall. And I heard today 14 NHL coaches have been removed in the last year.
That's crazy.
Little over a year.
Wow. Game's changed.
So that's what it is. So I again, give me the hockey it's cool to type in all caps and say, not surprised he's getting a free pass here. Give me the hockey reason, Skydog. Give it to me. Please do that. Woodward Sports chat thread. DNC ENT. Neil, last season, you literally said once they show regression, we can have the conversation. There's been linear progression until now. DNC, what am I doing here?
You're having the conversation.
Yeah. But the conversation ain't fire
The conversation is not fire Steve Yzerman.
Yeah, that ain't it.
I'm having the conversation. But I agree. And you guys know where I stand with this. There has to be a pound of flesh.
Yeah.
There has to be. And guess who that always is?
Yeah.
Dot.
I just feel like there were signs of this, pointing back to last year. And I know you said last year wasn't the time, but I mean, the fact that you lost Larkin and you went on that losing streak and wasn't really able to rekindle that until the very last couple games of the season. I mean, the signs were pointing to maybe you should have got a coach before this year. That's all I would say.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Marked Royal, Mo stinks.
Doesn't know ball. Flat out. Do you actually believe that? You don't know hockey at all.
Yes. Mike O, hey, Neil, wake me up in another 3 years when the Wings will be on the verge of making the playoffs. I knew that one there. Kalamazoo, Yzerman should only be on the hot seat for one reason, leaving coaches coaching too long. And
no,
Kalamazoo,
like I said, he's not without blame. Like Neil said, there's bad free agent class this year.
Yes.
He did not do enough to to help that blue line this year. That's on Steve Yzerman. It's not on anybody else. He deserves blame on that. He's not going to get fired over it.
No.
But he needs to do better than that.
And then Kalamazoo,
you were a good defenseman or two away from being a playoff team, and they didn't add that.
And it went the other way.
Yeah.
They took away.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to boil it down. Kalamazoo, I would say, like, leaving the coach. Again, I know that's what we want. Like, I want him fired today. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's not going to.
Like, think about it this way. Where's the replacement? Do you think, okay, let's just be real, D-Mac. You walk me through this because you've lived the life. For Steve Yzerman right now to say, okay, I want to move on from Lalonde. Okay. Where is the candidate now? Is he employed by another team?
Probably in Russia.
Is he in Russia?
Hopefully.
Is he a free agent right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, there are moving parts to that. It's easy to get on a message board and a chat thread and just say, fire him right now this second. There's got to be you don't just do shit to do it. Yeah. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Am I crazy here, D-Mac, or what?
No, I mean, there's so much more to it. You can't, you just get to go pick.
Unless it's Matt Patricia. Then do it just to do it. But other than that, sorry, go ahead.
No, he'd have to have decided to be playing. What would be the realistic? It would probably be within. I see a lot of people in chat threads saying, fire him and then promote Tanguay. Which he's maybe that's the motivation because he's in charge of the power play.
He's got the power play
he's getting production on his unit. So it's more of how is there somebody else? The other question that was always brought up before, what about Joel Quenneville? Or what about, that brings a whole nother issue with it. Like there's things that go into it.
You heard the Gerard Gallant rumors and all that.
Again, you have to have seen this coming or been prepared for this. I'm sure, if there's the conversations. And then at the end of the day, he might not do anything. You know what I mean? And we're going to sit here frustrated.
Woodward Sports chat thread, marked Royal. This team gives up 5 to 6 goals a game. How is he good? He's always the one on the ice when they give up the goal. Check stats, plus minus. Cider, -1.
Again, yeah, if you don't watch hockey, you don't watch hockey. It's okay. You don't got to act like you do.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. All right, let's get back into the Lions stuff when we come back from the break. And let's talk about New Holland for a minute. We got a Rest in Peace Tuesday, by the way, as well. But let's talk about New Holland for a minute. Let's talk about one of my favorite drinks in the drink game. That is the Dutch long drink, Taller. It's New Holland's take on the seltzer game. How does it work? New Holland Brewing Company, small batch gin. They mix it with a grapefruit puree. What happens? Magic happens. The magic that is Taller. It's my favorite, guys, and a lot of you have reached out on social media. You jump in the chat. You said, all right, Neil, you talk about this thing all the time. I'm going to try it. And then your secondary comment is, damn. Exactly, because it is that good. Guys, I'm telling you, if you try it, it'll probably replace your favorite drink. I'll be bold like that and say it. New Holland Brewing Company, local company, west side of the state. Don't sleep on their bourbon, by the way. They make a pretty good bourbon as well. But Taller's elite, everybody. New Holland Brewing. Taller, the Dutch long drink.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
How do you know this is a great promotion? Well, Rex Ryan picked it up for NFL Countdown. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Woodward Sports. And Les Stanford want to reward you for out-kicking your coverage. That's right. If your significant other is hotter than you, you could win tickets. That's everybody in this chat. To the Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit, find the best pick of her with the average-looking you and post it on X or Instagram with the hashtag Woodward Tickets. Tag at Woodward Sports and follow us to enter. We will announce a winner on November 25th. I'll kick your coverage from Woodward Sports and Les Stanford Chevrolet, Cadillac GMC, and Buick and Dearborn and Ferndale together. Let's drive. Vroom, vroom.
All right, back at it. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, KG, Spencer Raxter. Adam Schefter, 4 minutes ago, tweeted, the New York Jets have fired GM Joe Douglas. Woo! Last month, it was Robert Saleh. Now it's Joe Douglas. Hey, get in bed with Aaron Rodgers again and see what happens to you.
They gonna do it.
100% they are.
Well, Ray Agnew, we hardly knew you.
It's everybody's fault, but A-Rod.
I would not be surprised if Ray Agnew was the next GM for the New York Jets, because somebody's going to poach him from Brett Holmes.
It's true.
Sheesh.
You're probably right.
He's got to be high on the list for candidates.
Yeah, but you know what else he might do? He might say,
I'm good.
I'm straight here, bro. Like, I'm not walking into that shitstorm. Unless, like, if it were me and they called me, say, do I have autonomy to shoot Aaron Rodgers into space?
And you know you ain't got that. Woody Johnson ain't going to let that happen.
Thanks for your call. Mm-hmm. Appreciate it. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Let Aaron Rodgers be the GM. Shit, he don't get no blame. Just let him GM the team.
People like
Player, coach, GM.
Yeah.
People like Sam Flannel, they fall for this every single time. The 39-year-old, 40-year-old QB goes to the new team, and he's just going to rekindle the magic.
No, even Flannel done came around on that. You can't find too many more people that ain't.
He, like everybody else, fell for it, man.
Yeah, I never.
And people always do.
Never.
They always do.
Not everybody can be visionaries like us. We saw this shit a mile away.
Alan W. Jets GMs have been fired. You just hate to see it. Rodgers bringing the whole organization down with them.
Organization killer.
Was it worth your job, guys?
Yeah. The Packers wasn't going to let it happen to them. They drafted his replacement like, yeah, buddy, sorry.
Nope, that's it. I love it, man. Oh, my God, I love it.
You love to see it.
I do love to see it. So, Chuck Brewer, Minnesota should trade for Rodgers. He's their missing piece. Oh, please do.
Oh, my God, that would be so awesome.
Back in the NFC North.
Oh. Just to see his Papa Kirby twice a week, twice a year again.
His father.
Oh, man.
Give me more.
Oh my God, I would love. Can we send one of our draft picks there for him to go to Minnesota?
Yeah, we'll give you a 5th round pick
right now.
Yes.
Oh, I would love to subsidize.
Honestly.
Phil, come on, Neil. Sam has had enough.
That's the arc, though, isn't it? That's the Brett Favre arc.
Yes.
Yeah. He went Green Bay to New York, now then to Minnesota.
It always ends like this.
Wow.
And then the Lions can put out a bounty gate. Bounty gate on Aaron Rodgers.
Bounty gate. That's why I was even happier when they got Dan Campbell. Bounty gate's the coolest scandal in the history.
No, it is. For sure.
Say
awesome. What you want about
it. Awesome stuff. You had coaches on the sideline in the NFC Championship game saying, I got 20,000 for whoever knocks Favre out of the game. On the sideline of a game, dude. No, that's fucking awesome.
I've never seen nothing like it.
D-Mac. I don't want names. I don't want you to throw anybody under the bus. Have you ever been aware of a bounty situation in a game? Thank you. No comment, right?
Dude,
no comment.
No.
Shit happens every day, B.
In the way that the game was played, you could get a bounty put on you during the game. Right? Like, you know what I mean? And a bounty's not a bad thing.
No.
It's not like you're going out to... Like, it's not a kill the guy, but it's like a mark. The guy's marked. So, like, Spready brought up the fact, if you saw Ovechkin took a, skate on skate, knee on knee, tough hit. Well, that MF got bountied right there. And Tom Wilson came out. Right? You take that's part of what the game governs itself. No, there was a huge bounty on Lemieux's head.
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't a price. That was blood.
That's an honor
Right.
bounty.
Get it back in blood.
Right.
Tell
It
him,
was
D-Mac,
just
get it back in blood.
Karma
feud.
bounty,
Yeah.
life bounty. So I mean, it's not like we're talking New Orleans Saints and
Thought you
hey,
was
you're
a
gonna.
thug.
There was no. Here's $1,000
Get it back
or
in
$5.
blood.
No, it's more like the pride. But as an enforcer, or as a guy that played that role, yeah, you'd be handing them out during the game.
It probably still happens to this
Don't act
day.
right and warm up. You get one too.
Burn. Turns out every team doesn't improve in the offseason. In fact, some teams get worse. F the Bears, F the Jets. I agree with that last part for
full
sure.
life.
No, but it's fitting. It's a fitting in for Saleh. It's a fitting in for the GM. This is what happens when you get in bed with this guy. This is what happens. And I love it. He's absolutely destroying people's careers. But, hey, man.
I feel bad for Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and Quentin Williams.
Oh, they'll get out. Don't worry about
Give
it.
me one of those.
They'll get out.
Give me Sauce Gardner and the Lions. Oh man.
Yeah. They got their escape
Garrett
pods
Wilson.
ready.
Oh,
And
man.
just a reminder, everybody, here's the options for the Jets next year. You can, on March 1st, you either guarantee Aaron Rodgers fully guaranteed $40 million of salary, or you cut him and take on 75-ish million in dead cap space. Those are your choices.
You better off taking the L and struggling for 5 to 6 years. What a young quarterback.
Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold have better winning percentages as Jets starting quarterbacks than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, come on, he'll get it fixed. He'll get it fixed.
Get what fixed?
Gonna need a lot of animals in that locker room if you're trying to fix this.
So those are your options, everybody. Those are your options. Good luck. Hope it works out for you. But yeah, so that's what it is. $49 million in dead cap next year. My apologies.
Rip.
So those are your choices. You on March 1st, he either fully guarantees $39 million, or you take $49 million in dead cap and let him go. And what? All right, you take the dead cap and let him go. Then what? You just name those names again.
Yeah. Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams, Will McDonald's having a huge year. Garrett Wilson.
Sometimes it's better to start over.
But you have those guys.
You got pieces to, yeah.
So what do?
You blow it up.
Yeah.
You trade those guys for as many picks as you can get.
You see,
and you eat the Aaron Rodgers loss.
It's a cliff for the franchise
I
right
told
now.
you, just struggle with a rookie quarterback, but they can't get the quarterback right.
They can't.
They
Yeah.
picked Zach Wilson before that. So what faith do I have in the Jets franchise?
That's a good point.
It's horrible.
They need a GM. It's literally, that's what happens. If you get a lights out GM, how many times have you said it, Neil? One draft can change a team's fortune. We've seen it with the Houston Texans. We saw it with the Cardinals. We're seeing it with teams. If they go out and get a GM and have a good draft, or do what the Lions did, blow it up, stockpile draft picks, which they easily could.
It's the only way.
It's what they should do. They should cut their losses. You trade the pieces you can get picks for, because you got a lot of them. You got pieces that teams would want.
Yeah.
And you restart. You get a GM that knows what he's doing.
That's absolutely it.
You could call Mr. 3 first-round picks and Jahmyr Gibbs back. That was your most success right there.
Facts.
So there it is. Those are the deals.
They got it.
Is Braylon doing anything?
They got to
But
that
that's
stank.
You can't do that in New York, though.
And that's it.
You can't wave the white flag in New York.
I love the spot they're in.
The New York media will kill them.
They'll destroy them.
You have to try to win every year. If you wave the white flag, you're dead.
They already are.
But they're on a treadmill to mediocrity.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
But what's changed? They've been that. Besides Eli Dum Manning. Besides Eli Manning, they've always been trash.
Oh my God, I love it.
I feel bad for Maz.
Yeah, it sucks for Maz, bro. I love the New York media is never gonna let A-Rod live there.
No,
never ever.
They're trapped.
They're trapped.
They're absolutely trapped, dude, and I love it. God, I love that when that happens to teams, because I'm with you, Spenny. I detonate it.
You have to. It's the only logical
Think
thing
of the
to
draft
do.
capital you could get.
So much.
I told you, Neil. You talk about hang on to him. Like,
Between
no.
Quentin Williams, Garrett Wilson, and Sauce Gardner, that's at least 3 first-round picks.
There you go. And which gives you the tools. If you want to move up for somebody, you got your QB, that's who you move up for.
Yeah.
But look those cameras in the eye and say, hey, we're blowing this up.
It's got to be done. It's already blew up. It blew up with him on the field.
You hate to see it, man.
You do.
Cody Ingle, just take the loss. He's a locker room killer on top of his contract.
Yeah, he's a cancer for sure.
No, he is. All right, we're getting back into. Let's do this. Let's take the break. We'll get back on the clock. We'll get into some Lions discussion a little bit. We got Rest in Peace coming up in a little bit as well. Pre-game.
Dr. Pierce coming in to talk about Alex Anzalone's injury.
What time's Doc coming in? Say?
Not sure.
All right. Well, hey, anyway, pregame show. We know when that is. That's Sunday. We'll be in studio 10 a.m. on the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show. Don't forget about Woodward in Maine, 8 to 9 a.m. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder, and then the New Holland Brewing Company, myself and Sean Belesian will jump in 10 a.m. to noon. Brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Tullamore Dew, Irish Whiskey. We do football Sundays better than anybody in this town, better than the flagship, better than the TV networks. You guys know, thousands of you watch us every single Sunday because you guys know ball. That's why. Woodward Sports, we know ball.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward in Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, 7 different flavors to choose from. Try them all and choose your favorite. My personal favorite is the spicy garlic, but you can try them all for yourself. Find them near you. Find a Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com.
All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxta, KG as well. Happy to have you with us as we're just moments away from being joined by Dr. Pierce as we will get into the Alex Anzalone injury discussion on the forearm. But yeah, we were just talking about the Jets, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, Dr. Pierce is here in the house. We'll get him set up, and of course we'll start chopping it up about Alex Anzalone. But this Lions team, they're at the Colts. Lions a 7.5-point favorite per Caesars Sportsbook. I always get a little leery. I'm just saying. Over a touchdown on the road. KG, don't look at me like that. It's just it's a policy I don't subscribe to.
The Lions don't care about the numbers, though.
I understand that. It's just it's not good business over the long run. You can pick your spots. If you want to do it, go ahead.
That's fine. Name a spread they ain't covered.
The Tampa Bay game.
Whoa. You going back a ways.
The Houston Texans game.
Oh, well, yeah. Did they not cover that spread?
No, it was 3.5.
Damn. Rats.
So, yeah, on the road, you know what I'm saying?
I hear
like
you.
It is. It's tough, though. It's tough. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. And James, New York City football teams are run just as well as the government is run. Hashtag top 5 cup sizes. Tomorrow, in honor of James, I'll relent. He came out. Top 5 cup sizes tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We talking about the same cups. Just want to make sure.
Talk about any cups you want. It's your list.
Hey, my dog.
There's no way the pint glass, it has to be on the list. The pint glass is iconic.
Yeah.
Why? What are you talking about?
Hey, we'll see tomorrow.
27D.
We'll see tomorrow.
Stop, Spanny.
No.
Hey, you said any cups.
Any cups.
No, I think the shot glass needs to be on your.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, got it.
Shot glass needs to be on your.
Shot glass will be on there for sure. Solo cup.
Oh, double solo cup.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got a double
absolutely.
cup.
Solo cup's iconic, too. No, for sure. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Jack Stark, Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Das Boot's got to be in there, man. One Funky Lions fan, the frosted pint glass. That is elite. Copacetic sushi. Neil, perhaps Dr. Pierce can address Flannel Sam's swollen forehead. We do have to play the footage for him.
That's not. Oh my gosh! And this. That's not.
Emotional damage.
Dr. Pierce right now is looking at it. As a matter of fact, he's gonna check in and give his medical opinion on that. Yeah, that is true. I guess that is true. Ryan's reaction, Neil, bigger loss, Hutchinson or Anzalone?
Hutchinson, it's not close.
Yeah, come on now. No offense to Anzo, but come on.
Well, Jack Campbell's proven.
Yes.
No,
sure.
I was told he wasn't good enough his rookie season.
It's not a role he's unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was always going to be fine. He was the best linebacker in the draft. He's showing that.
No, absolutely. Since we were talking about the spread.
Okay.
And D-Mac, you take me through this. Championship expectations. And I don't want to say, like, any chance the Lions will overlook the Colts, because that's not in this franchise's DNA. It's not the way they operate. How do you approach this when you're expected to win a championship?
It's next game up, right? The big focus now is they got Anthony Richardson with bounce back and being a mobile quarterback, and that's what the game plan. It's business as usual, back to work. It's easy, Neil. It's a lot easier when you get into that flow and what the expectations are and hard work, because that's it, working harder. What was the mandate last week? Refocus and come out and do exactly what we expected them to do to Jacksonville. Now with Indy, there's obviously you're on the road, but it's in the dome, but they're a team you're not overlooking, but the expectations to win are absolutely there. But they, how's their contained? How are they going to bounce back? There's still questions, right? You just lost your leader. You just lost your blonde-haired Thor linebacker. Who's going to step up, right? Is Jack Campbell's time to step up and be more effective? Because Anzalone has been as good as advertised in the linebacking group. So there are still work still ahead of them, right? To build. So it actually gets easier. It's actually easier because you're excited and the expectation. When you're winning, it's sunnier.
I'm going to ask Terry. Terry Foster's going to be in with me on Friday. Sean Beligian has some college football duty to take care of. And I'm going to ask Terry Foster, how big of a blow is the long blonde-haired white linebacker? Because I think from that perspective, you are missing a key piece. Now, one thing's for sure. Defensive lineman with a big ass cannot get hurt. We cannot afford both of those to go out. The defensive lineman with the big ass and the long-haired, blonde-haired linebacker.
You got really two of them in Reeder and
you have backups,
Aleem, so that's good. But
you have backups.
No, so it's a guy's got to step up. Secondary's got to step up. And do you not think that they taking pride at being the best secondary in the league? Yeah, business as usual. Do you not think Kirby's going to out there how him and Branch can ball hawk other ones? Robertson can. How about some of those plays breaking up the backfield, guys diving in, being on point. So that's all studying, that's all film work, that's what they're doing this week, and they're focused. They don't sit back and rest on their laurels.
And injury situations are all Dr. Pierce as we welcome in Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Alex Anzalone, certainly, Doc, is going to be at the forefront. But we played the footage. You got to look at the footage. Sam Flannel, you don't advise that, right?
Oh my gosh!
I don't think I need to put any of my degrees on the line to make any prediction on why we should not be doing that.
Okay, moving on. All right, Doc Pierce. No, certainly though, Alex Anzalone.
Remember, I always say I can't always control the mental components of people.
Correct.
The physical and the musculoskeletal, I got control over. That I have no control over.
And that's fair, and that's a great response. That's a seasoned veteran response right there, Doc.
I'm covering my behind.
No, you absolutely are. Alex Anzalone, all right, the broken forearm, it was pretty clear as day. We saw it. You could see him mouth the words. It's broken. Just as you've gotten a little familiar with it, I know that people were talking about surgery. I don't know that surgery has happened. What was your take when you saw it happen, I guess?
It's fun. I was actually at the game, and we saw him walking off. We never saw the injury because it was just like a whatever incident, and it all happened kind of on the sideline. But when the trainer was holding his arm, I go to the person with me. I'm like, either that's fully dislocated or that's broken, the way they're walking out. He's like, no, we didn't see anything. But then when you look back, I don't know if they have the clip, the active clip of what happened. It's just that wedging thing. It's like two forces going the opposite direction with his arm extended at, weekend. It's, I don't want to say it's similar to Aiden's situation, but
the physics are, right?
Yeah, the physics are the way the fracture happened. It's just you're putting your arm out there. You got one force going this way, another force going this way. Something's got to give, and he felt it. He walked off. Didn't not a tear in his eye, and he's got to be back. I think we show the anatomy just to go over. Let's take a step back. There's an ulnar bone and a radial bone. So ulnar,
I remember that from school, Doc. The radius and the ulna. Let's go.
There you go. Attached to plain operation all over again.
No water on the knee, though.
So which one did he break?
So they say they're both, forearm is broken.
Oh, okay.
I cannot get clarity, and I don't know if anybody's been able to, but we can't get clarity on which one. The radial plays a smaller role. The ulnar plays a much larger role. But, we got text right after it happened. I said 3 to 4 months for full recovery. And that's bone, that's anatomy, that's physiology. It's really 6 months till the bone strengthens. But when you start talking about, full dislocation, how did it happen? Sounds like it was more of a clean break. People are putting out there 6 to 8 weeks. What does that mean? He's not going to be a rock star in 6 to 8 weeks, but he can be healed, ready to play because it's his left arm, number one. Two, that we can give him the secret sauce, and basically it's almost a cast. You almost play with a cast. There's plenty of players in the football, NFL over the years playing in a cast in football as definitely as a defensive guy. So I think this guy has that grit, that hard-nosed attitude that he wants to be on this team on the short end. And I think without the surgery, sometimes surgery's better, I will tell you, because now you got plates in there holding it together, where if he's just going natural healing, then you got to worry about pure physiology. So there's a plus or minus there on that situation.
Talking with Dr. Pierce here. It is Tuesday on Big D Energy from the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. And according to Lions Wire, I was reading this as a prognosis. They said Anzalone will likely have surgery using a plate and screws to fix the bone or bones. They did give that distinction, bone or bone, so I would imagine they don't have the full clarity either. Initial estimated recovery 6 to 8 weeks, as relayed by Dan Campbell. The bone or bones should be fully healed in that 6 to 8 week time frame. And you just said that. Healing, yes. Strengthened, no. But the bottom line is, Doc, on this kind of time frame we're looking at, everyone knows the stakes. Most of all, Alex Anzalone.
Oh yeah.
And that's the driver, right? Like, what I'm curious about, Doc, in your experience, how do those discussions go when you're saying here's what it is, and the athlete's like, yeah, cool story, Doc, I'm going out there and playing. How is the give and take there?
Honestly?
Yes.
Honestly, it's like, Doc, we're going for the Super Bowl. I want to be a part of it. I've been working my butt off. I've been training. I'm not missing it. So you figure out how to get me on that field.
Okay.
You have hockey mentality, which, fortunately, I've had a lot of discussions with these guys. That's what it is. I'm playing. You get me there. Because I'll do everything you say to get myself there. And not switching over to Hutchinson, but same kind of attitude. He's right on, or he's before. I don't want to switch subjects yet, but so we do have the video.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys are watching it, but this is what I predicted. I want to go back to my prediction voice and then say he's going to be in the water treadmill, which he's doing there. The big thing I wanted to point out is people's like, oh, he's in water. There's a reason why he's in water. He's up to his neck or up to his chest. So from a physiological standpoint, remember I said he's got to be non-weight bearing to the area. So when you get up to your neck, you're at 90% minimal weight bearing, meaning no weight bearing. He's only putting 10% of his weight through that leg. At your waist, you're at about 50%. Actually, at your belly button is what we call it. But at that level, you're at 50%, then you go down. So he's starting at the phase 1, maybe he's phase 1.5 right now, but he's definitely ahead. I mean, what we worry about, we'll get back to Alex, but with Hutchinson, you're worried about, number one, infection. We haven't heard anything about infection for setback. We remember Manning had terrible setbacks because of infection on his neck surgery. We're not seeing that here. We're seeing him basically being right on track or ahead of himself and being in the water. Being able to weight bear like that is great signs. And I'm still going on record that he's going to beat that 6 months, but I don't know if he's going to beat the 4-month time frame. I think seeing him and getting your attitude of having him on the sidelines is great for playoffs. Having him active may or may not be the realistic time frame, but this guy's here. He's here to break everybody's records, but physiology and Mother Nature still kind of takes over on.
And here's the silver lining. Talk about this, Doc, because Dan Campbell touched on it and said, well, now Anzalone and Hutchinson can sit in the rehab room but there is something to that from somebody who's been injured a lot. When you have motivation to what you said, all these guys are thinking about and asking the questions, what do I need to do to be ready for the playoffs or the Super Bowl, whatever it is. And these are two leaders on your team too, so this even goes more where they can lean on each other, and especially on those tough days. Not just on the trainers, but a guy that you know is going to be in there and invested as much a part. So there's a psychological advantage, the silver lining, so to speak.
No, it's huge, and it can't be understated because there's depression when you're in there all by yourself and you're working the whole other teams on a different schedule. When you got a buddy in there, a buddy system, you're talking about two, like you said, two leaders, two glass half fulls. I mean, they're going to motivate, they're going to help each other recover at a higher level than anticipate on their own. And it does take pressure. He's been in this
position before, and here's the one thing that he'd be looking in to make sure we didn't overdo it. They're going to have to be pulled back to not pushing each other too quickly, right? As they're starting to feel bad. How many conversations you had that? It's like,
chill, buddy.
Dude, I'm back on the ice. Look, I'm striding like this. Let me hot lap a cup. Dude,
easy
save
guy.
That's Thursday. You get to so there is that excitement also, and that's where the conversation. But they know task at hand. And they're playing for something, so they're going to do whatever they can to get back.
That was the other thing I was going to bring up. There's motivation, high motivation. It's not like Prescott, who's in Dallas, like, I have a hamstring injury. I'm going to have surgery. I'm going to slow play. Like, there's just a different mentality.
He's motivated not to get back in.
Right. Different kinds.
There's no motivation for him to get back on the field. We'll put it that way. But you got something?
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, it's just like Mac is a perfect example. I fixed him how many times, and you did not. Zero listening skills. I mean, we put all the biologics into him. You can't play for at least 2 to 4 weeks. We did on Thursday. He calls me Monday. Feels great. Played yesterday for 2. What are you doing? And then he proves to himself, Doc doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm fine.
Woodward Sports Chat thread. Jump into there. Get your Doc's here, man. Fire away the questions like James did. Hey, Doc, do you think that's a saltwater pool that he's in?
Yeah, we pulled water in from the Dead Sea because that Dead Sea does have that special sauce internally. There is some electrolytes and stuff in there, but no, the salt's not. Epsom salt baths, that's good for wound healing and stuff like that. But I think we just got pure treadmill water there.
All right, Greg, I believe that, Dr. Pierce. Well, Darren McCarty did too, as a matter of fact. So I guess that is good. But Doc, again, going back to it, just with the Hutch thing, he's gonna leave no stone unturned.
No.
Like that. If you're on the doctor end, you know what you're up against with these guys. And with Alex Anzalone, that probably is a little more realistic towards the end of the season. It's just, for me, Doc, I don't know that you're going to have a chance to keep Alex Anzalone out of the game, whatever that looks like. And I guess what I'm driving at is this. I'm just going to ask the question, Doc. When you have a broken bone, there are ways to manipulate getting through 3 hours with the broken bone. There are.
There are. But it still has to be healed. I mean, it's not going to be next week. I mean,
right.
The 6 to 8 week, I think, is possible with risk. And this guy is going to listen to the risk. He's going to listen to how do I get on the field. And that's I'm putting the prediction out there that he will do it. It's his left arm. I mean, this guy's football intelligence plays a whole different role. But it's going to be a coaching thing because you're talking about 6 to 8 weeks with the Lions gelling with a new head guy, right? So you mentioned Carpenter. I mean, he's going to step up. These guys stepped up in the second half. Granted, it was a team that we should have handled like we did, but now the next couple weeks are going to be real tests of where that defense is playing without him. Is he, like they said, he does the most snaps, he has in the most plays. He's an integral part of that defense, and it's going to be hard to keep him off. Does he come in playing like he did before? No. Does he come in on key plays where he's a part of it and getting through that 3 hours of discomfort? Yeah, there's secret sauce there, but he has to be from a physiological, biological, that bones nobody's going to jeopardize him having a long-term issue because of this. There's nobody that's going to make that decision. But he's got a great team that's been proven on other injuries. They're making all the right decisions right now. Just like Laporta. I said Laporta sits. Laporta sat. Those are common sense. Could he have played? Probably if we really needed him. But the medical team and Dan Campbell are on the same page, and these players are listening and trusting what's going on.
Last one. Have you seen situations where the coaches, the medical team, and the players were not all on the same page?
Oh, my gosh, all day. All day.
Well, I say that, and I ask you that to highlight or illustrate this whole organization is in lockstep. It's something we haven't seen with this football team ever in our lives. They're in lockstep.
I'm glad you're putting it out that way because that's kind of what I'm getting at, is they are all on the same page. The team, the management, the lawyers, the agents are not on the same page in a lot of locker rooms in the NFL today at this moment. There's a lot of them that are not on the same page. I think there's a guy that went to the Jets that we can give an example of as a pure example of that. But the Lions are proving everybody, there's no fear, there's no I'm keeping it a secret. I think the open book transparency is a huge wave to success. Good or bad, they're going to put every of their best foot forward at the right time, and the timing right now is perfect. There's no player like, I got a secret agenda. I mean, even J-Mo, I think he's coming around his maturity that he's going to be on the same page with transparency too. You can put great talent, right? We've seen great talent. Basketball is a great example. Great talent, but if everybody's not on that same canoe or boat paddling the same direction, you don't get the results you're getting here. Like Dan Campbell gets emotional, says he loves his team. I'm in. I got accused I wasn't a Lions fan when they were losing. I go, it's hard, but we're not a band. I don't want to accuse people of being bandwagons, but there's that emotional component. Where do I spend my time? Some people in our Detroit market spend their time no matter what, and other people, it's got to be worth their time. And the Lions are definitely worth our time, and I love the energy behind it. I mean, the game was crazy. I had my daughter with me. She's high-fiving and jumping up and down. Is she a big fan? I mean, Mac knows her personally. I mean, she's a golfer, and I can go to any sports game I want, but this was a fun one for her.
No, it's always fun when you get a chance to join us too, Doc. We appreciate it, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks, I love Doc. Keeping it real.
No, I do. I love that you do too. I love that you do too. That's Dr. Pierce, everybody.
And tell Flannel, at least put the pillow down on the table before he smacks it.
No, he ain't.
We'll tell him the doc said that. We'll see if it makes a difference.
Oh my gosh!
It never gets old.
It doesn't get old. That is Dr. Pierce, everybody, from Michigan Sports and Spine Center, every Tuesday with us here on Big D Energy. You can catch him again on Thursday. Yeah, he doesn't save all the good stuff for Ermanni and Edwards. He gives it to us first on Tuesday. So we certainly do. We certainly do appreciate that. Tell him about Mark White, Spenny.
I will tell him about Mark White, because if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He'll save you up to $5,000 your closing costs. Just call him at 248-290-8242 or visit him at markwhitesells.com. Again, call him 248-290-8242. Mark White will save you up to $5,000 to the closing costs of your new home.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
You're an ugly guy. That's okay, because you have a hot girl on your arm. Now Woodward Sports and Les Stanford want to reward you for outkicking your coverage.
I am ugly as by traditional standards.
That's right. If your significant other's hotter than you could win tickets to the Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. So find the best pic of her with the average-looking you and post it on X or Instagram.
U-G-M-L-I-N, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. What? You ugly.
Make sure you tag at Woodward Sports and follow us to enter. We'll announce the winner November 25th. Then you and your much better-looking lady will get tickets to watch Dan Campbell and the Kneecappers.
We're going to buy the kneecap off.
Inside of Ford Field on Thanksgiving. So find the best pic of her and the worst pic of you. And show us all how you outkicked your coverage.
The mama said you ugly, hey!
From Woodward Sports and Les Stanford.
I'm definitely the most qualified to do this read. What am I talking about? KDK Law, dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10 plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you KDK. They'll pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
What about Feldman?
Feldman Chevrolet, everybody. We know about them. We know about them because they're the #1 Chevrolet dealer in the state of Michigan. They're the #1 EV dealer in the nation. But did you know that there's many Feldman Automotive across all brands, everybody? That is right. 18 different Feldman Automotive locations. What if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? You can get that as well. Go to feldmanauto.com. As a matter of fact, my roommate on the road with Oakland is in process right now. He's getting his next car from Feldman Chevrolet, and you can do the same thing as well. They're rooted in the community, been around since 1996. They do great work with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals here in Michigan. They are rooted in this community. They're Detroit. They're an institute here in Detroit. Go to feldmanauto.com. They'll get you that car, whatever kind of car it is. All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace Tuesday. Real quick, James, he sent this one in after we got rid of Doc. He said, if Anzo's worried about life after football, what's the fastest route to get back on the field for him? I think he's doing whatever the fastest route is.
Remember Thomas Davis, when he played in the Super Bowl?
Carolina?
Yeah, a couple weeks after he broke his forearm, and he had super stitches on. Anzalone will get the surgery, he'll get the plate, he'll get it stitched up, and he'll come on with a club on for the first week or two when he gets back. He'll be back for playoffs.
100%. All right, rest in peace Tuesday, everyone. We're putting it in the coffin. Oh, I love that sound. One more time.
I got you.
I got a good one.
They did. Spencer Raxter can't wait.
I got a good one.
Spenny, lead it off.
I'm gonna save the one I actually want to do until he's actually gone, and you all knows who I'm talking about. But for this one,
I know who he's talking.
R.I.P. to Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines officially filing bankruptcy. R.I.P. Spirit Airlines. We hardly knew ye. The sketchiest flights you've ever seen. My boy Dante doesn't fly very often. We went to visit his brother Tony in Cali, and he was like, "We'll do Spirit." I was like, "Dude, we're not not fucking doing Spirit. He's like, we'll do Spirit. It's like $200 cheaper. I'm like, all right, bud.
Right.
Worst flight of our lives.
No, it's horrible.
I'm a big guy. My boy Paulie was on the other side. He's 6'4", and Donnie's fucking a smaller guy. He's sitting in the aisle section. He's the one freaking out while me and Paulie are sitting like this in there. You can see the wires through the ceiling and the plane.
It's bad.
I'll take Spirit to Florida or to New York or to Chicago, hour or two. Spirit Airlines on a cross-country trip, you lost your mind. R.I.P. Spirit Airlines.
That's fair. It's going to be bankruptcy reorganization.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with Spirit, dude. Never.
Really?
Oh,
Never.
Come on. You're in the sky.
No. I've only seen an airline argument because of Spirit Airlines. Somebody let the child on the flight before the mother. They couldn't get the child off the flight. It was a big deal. I've never seen any other problems with any other airline except Spirit. It's horrible.
Yeah, I've never had an issue.
They
man,
got the
all
worst
these years.
turbulence of all time.
Yes.
Well, that's not Spirit.
It's
like,
not,
no,
but
it's
it
not.
always
That's the
seems-
sky.
it always
Guys,
seems to be a Spirit
That's the
flight.
sky.
No, that's Spirit.
No, that is the sky, Spenny.
It's Spirit because they have subpar equipment. I'm surprised they don't have like the rotors on the planes out there still.
Dude, we flew
for
Delta
Spirit.
back from Boise through Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Just you would have thought the plane had hydraulics and was in a Dr. Dre video.
And imagine if it was a Spirit plane, you would have fallen out of the sky.
Rolling in my 6'4" all the way across the country.
Spirit is the American Boeing Airlines.
Yes. Hey, Boeing.
We'll be back.
Boeing's fine in my books.
Shit, okay.
We'll be back.
Tell
baby.
that to the people that fly
That's what I'm
Boeing.
saying. I'm not trying to die.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say against Boeing.
No, that's fine. Hey, that's fine.
They
I like
notoriously kill people.
All right, KG,
Literally.
who are you putting in the coffin?
Well,
Anybody who talks about Boeing.
No, that's a fact. But I've given you 3 NFL franchises, and I wanted to bury the 4th, but the Jets are burying themselves. There's no need. But I am here today to give you an NBA franchise. Rest in peace to the Philadelphia 76ers. We never knew you, man. The process is dead. You hear me? It's dead. It was never going to work, and they only go as Embiid goes, and Embiid never goes. It's bad.
No, wait a minute.
Listen, I was never on that train. I was told me
That's
all
not
you
what
want
I
to.
was told.
I've never told you that. I've never told you that.
I was told he's better than Nikola Jokic.
I never told you that.
Was I not told?
You were told
Was
that.
I not
You
told
were
that?
told by me.
Not by KG, but you were told that.
I was told that.
Listen, they are wasting Tyrese Maxey's career.
I
at this
feel bad
point.
for him.
It is bad, man. They will never get it right over there, I'm convinced. That's all I got.
Real quick, in the chat, Chuck Brewer. Neil, they put you on Spirit flights. You need to work for better people. No, I get a travel stipend, and then it's up to me how I spend it.
No, okay.
Direct flight?
Smart man.
You be cheaping out.
Direct flight?
smart
Yeah,
man.
100%.
If I got $200 to go to a place, I'd spend 70 of it on a flight instead of the whole 200
That's
for
what.
sure.
That's what. It's a chair in the sky for 2 hours.
Yeah, risk your
Put
life.
a movie on.
Risk your life for that $130.
Never had an issue.
Like I said, I'll take a Spirit flight to Florida, which is where you go a majority of the time. So I'd be with you on that. But that one to Cali,
nah,
never doing that. We literally booked Delta on the way back because it was so bad. We're like, all right, we're going to pay the extra $200.
James, Spirit is the Waffle House of the skies.
No, don't disrespect Waffle House like that.
I've never been to Waffle House. I really got to go to
You
Waffle
got to go.
House. Yeah.
Oh.
Smothered and covered hash browns, dude. You got to go all the way. D-Mac,
so
who you
good.
putting in the coffin?
I saw the most despicable boxing judging ever in the Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. If you didn't watch, that was the pre-fight before Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Fight of the year, Neil. Out of men, women, anything else. Katie Taylor's a lefty. Amanda Serrano, the knockout artist, righty.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor headbutted Serrano 4 times.
No, that's
cut
a
her
fact.
bad. Taylor even got a point deducted, and Serrano lost the fight. Neil.
Yes.
These ladies, 10 2-minute rounds, threw a total of 1,300 punches. Serrano, who lost, threw 750, connected on 44%, and landed 150 more and lost the fight.
That's crazy.
You want to wonder why people don't think that it's a joke and the fix is in? I'm not even talking about the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
I'm talking about these 2 ladies went to a freaking war. It was
They did.
unbelievable. And it was that, to me, was the most despicable thing that I have seen. It just made me laugh.
Those judges should be resting in peace.
Bless Serrano's trainer. Called the ref a joke, called the judges a joke. So to me, gosh, boxing judges, Like, there's got to be accountability. They're like NFL.
There never is.
They're like NFL referees and stuff like that.
There never is.
What a freaking joke.
There never is.
Go watch the fight. Forget about the decision. You
No,
make
it was
your
a
own
good fight.
decision.
It was a good fight. You're going to get a lot of headbutts when two people with different fighting stances. But yeah, that was horrible.
Dude,
it was
that
horrible.
was a fight. The
cut on her eye was like ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that cut on her eye was gruesome.
Way to ruin it. What do you got?
All right, last one here before we ride out. Rest in peace to the Deion Sanders haters. They must already be buried in the ground, man. I don't hear from any of them anymore.
They real quiet.
You heard from one of them.
Well, that's not. Oh my gosh!
This is what the Undertaker music behind it is perfect.
They were 1-11 before he got there. And if they win the rest of their games, they're going to the college football playoff.
Now what? Do you believe?
Oh, he's the Heisman winner.
Dude.
More on that later this week. He's the Heisman winner. 100% the Heisman winner. So, yeah. Robert Closia, boy, it's a tough day for Sam Flannel. Huh? No, it absolutely is. Yeah, it's weird. You
Counselor, what do we say? Karma's real. It'll always get you.
Yep. I'm waiting for the checklist. I'm waiting for the checklist people to jump in there now.
My man's was ready to throw the hood on.
Throw the hood on me now.
We need that drop.
No, for real.
We do. We need that drop. Stephen Baffey, there's no need to hear from Deion Sanders haters. Deion does enough to be a complete joke off the field on his own. The bottom line is they were 1-11. He showed up. He could get them in the college football playoff.
Yeah, Deion's the fucking man, dude. I don't understand the
He's
problem.
never failed. He's never failed.
He is the man.
No matter where he goes, he's never failed.
I would send my kid to go get coached by Deion Sanders any day of the week.
In a heartbeat.
Yep. Chuck, I thought they got too much credit last year, but he's earned everything this year. He proved it. See? It's a reasonable man right there.
And if you like James Houston, then I don't want to hear no Deion slander.
There you go.
Just
Detroit Dab will ride off on this. Where the hood at?
Top 5 cups tomorrow.
Top 5 cup sizes. Top 5 cup sizes tomorrow. I'm sure everybody will be responsible and everybody will do the right thing. For DMAC, for KG, for Spencer Raxter, big thanks to Dr. Pierce as well. Well, see you later.